Hey yo, how's it going, boys? What is up? Sora's back once again, and we have an update for what to do in Rise of the Beast event if you're a newbie or whatever stuff. Because my last video for this is more than 2 years ago. It's more than 2 years ago, so I think it's about time to to at least update it a little bit. But honestly, I don't think it's really that much of a difference anyway. It's still mostly the same shit. So either way, the usual stuff you probably will do. If you're wondering, the screen I'm using right now is my alt screens because I've already farmed quite a bit on my main account. So I'm just gonna use this alt account to show you whatever stuff that I have that probably I didn't grab a single one anyway. So yeah, it's just for reference purposes. All right, okay. So first things first, you just kind of want to do as much as you can, right? You should at least host every single thing, like all this stuff, and then all this stuff if you can, like, you know, because you can get all the crystals and all that shit, right? Because see, free crystals, man. Fuck, get your spark fronts and shit, right? Just do whatever you can, and if you can even clear Maniac, why not, right? Because you can at least get a free EX proc, you know, when you go this EX plus proc if you actually clear one Maniac by itself. And I'm pretty certain that Proud and Proud Plus can be a bitch to go through if you're still relatively new, but it's honestly not that hard. Once you get like a decent grid going, you can get all that done. But honestly, all this stuff, to be freaking honest with you, if you can clear them, it's okay. Do not be too hard to yourself. Like I said, do as much as you can. Host all this shit if you can clear as much as you can. If you can clear Maniac, fuck it, who cares, right? Just keep doing as much as you can. So the one thing you probably want to update a little bit in terms of how to, you know, properly get all your pendants and shit. Seriously, the easiest way is not from hosting your own. It's from joining random people's raids and just do like whatever, as much nuke as you can. If you don't have like any damage or whatever, just do like the ground zero copy or whatever shit with Yoda and stuff like that. That's probably like the best outcome you could do for now, because that at least will probably get you at least like close to 1,000 pendants or some shit. And I'm fairly certain already at this point with the ongoing roulette or the ongoing scratch card shit, you're probably gonna have a lot of freaking berries already at this point. So I'm fairly certain you got enough to spend anyway, right? So let's be real here. Honestly, like, yeah. So pendants, in order to farm pendants, that's really how it is. Also, another thing to keep in mind is that you should at least try to get your badges as well, because you literally just get badges from doing this one. You get 2 each from doing this. And then if you join EX Plus as well, you also get 2 each, so keep that in mind. But the other thing you should at least try to do is to get 150 in each of them. Because if you get 150 in each of them, right, you can get your, I think 300, was it 300 total, or is it 200? Oh, 200, yeah. You get 200 crystals on each badge element thing. So you get a total of 2 times 4, 800. Yeah, so you get good amount of crystals. But if you can, just try to just finish all, because you can get like a free seal, and then you can use that seal to host your Kirin or Longdom, blah blah blah, all that usual stuff. I'm pretty sure you want that anyway. So yeah, get all the badges, try to get all the badges done and stuff, and then we move over to the pendants exchange thing, because they have added a lot of stuff and shit. So I'm just gonna quickly go through which one is good and which one you should grab. The most important one is probably this one, because you want to get 3 more berries, am I right? But for probably anyone in the near future probably watching this video in like the next few months or some shit, you probably won't see this, so you can technically ignore this portion anyway. So the one of the most important ones is obviously getting your gold nuggets, right? You should definitely get as many gold nuggets as you can. So you should at least try, if you have like lack of time or whatever, try to at least get like 1 or 2 gold bars done or some shit. I'm fairly certain you can, right? Because you probably haven't gotten any gold bars or whatever shit, right? because if you haven't done any Rise of the Beast before, you should see something like this screen where it says carried over. It shows here 10 plus, but it's actually probably in the hundreds because there's Rise of the Beast has been around for God knows how long already. So yeah, keep that in mind. And you don't really have to farm everything, but if you can farm everything, by all means. But yeah, try to farm as much as you can. But the other thing is that when it comes to the weapons, this Rise of the Beast weapons, quite a few of them are relatively nice. This gun is really good. This one's decent. You can actually kind of make use of it in certain situations. This one is okay. This one's pretty good as well. I think the best one out of the Magnum weapons is the gun and the harp, because the harp you can kind of make use of it for, I don't know, like fast on or whatever shit. So yeah, you should try to get these weapons, are pretty damn good. Excuse me. And then the other one, if you're still super new, you should definitely grab this, because this one allows you to get all this, you know, this stupid miscellaneous stuff that you require to get for, to use in order to make your Juten, right? So you get this feather stuff, you get this stupid thing, you get this stupid thing, yeah, all this shit, yeah, like this and this, blah blah blah. You get all that stuff, right? So it's really, really good to have. If you can grab, you should grab it, because it's not even that expensive too, because it's only cost a total of 30k. Yeah, 30k, because there's 5 of them, right? My math is still working. Woo! Besides that, yeah, so you can get the weapons and stuff too. The other ones, like all these other weapons here, these main 4 weapons, this is the first initial 4 weapons. These 4, the Baihu Claw, the King Long Spear, the Swanwu Mace, yeah, and the Ray of Zeke. These main 4, you should at least try to get one of it too, but if you can't, you can technically just grab them next time, it's okay. The ones I mentioned before, I probably have a higher priority, like all this one, the gold nuggets and stuff has a higher priority. So yeah, you should at least try to get one set of each. This stupid dagger you should just ignore because it's a piece of shit now. It used to be the case, but it's a very boomer weapon, so you just ignore that. So the second set of weapons are actually not too bad as well, but honestly, in terms of like priority wise, it's not really that high, because I don't think you can really fully make use of them unless you want to just kind of want to fill in your grid for like maybe primal purposes or some shit like that. You probably can, but in the second set, right, honestly, I think this two is probably the best one, the fire and the water one. The earth and the wind one is pretty dog shit if you ask me, because I've never actually used this before. this two, if I recall correctly, I don't even have it yet, but yeah, there's really no point for you to get it. The seals, on the other hand, is probably very, very important as well, only if you're maybe closing into like mid game or some shit, when you have like distant grid going and stuff, and you want to get like your Kirin and stuff like that, right? You should definitely grab all of these seals as well, because you need to, you know, do your Kirin and Huanlong train and stuff like that, right? And cost two sets of seals each, so it's pretty darn expensive. I mean, in the initial, it's quite, it's not that expensive at the beginning, but it starts to go on and then it caps out at 30,000 per seal, so it's probably gonna take a while to actually finish it if you have problems, you know, trying to like I said earlier, you want to farm pendants, you want to nuke and shit, yeah. So yeah, you might have problems with that, but honestly, you don't really have to farm everything. Just farm as, like I said, just do as much as you can. The important one is like the gold nugget, the coin, blah blah blah, all that shit. This one is probably okay to have as well, but honestly, if you can't get it, then well, doesn't matter, right? But this one, I honestly think this is kind of like the extra one, like the last thing you want to grab, because this is actually not bad to grab too, because it gives you silver moons. It will at least confirm, I think on average you can kind of get like maybe 2 or 3, because based on experience I tend to always get 2 to 3 silver moons anyway, so I mean, it's better than nothing, right? It gives you like some gacha materials and weapon stones, so why not? And then these ones, you should just ignore it. Honestly, you should just ignore all this, because if you're mashing the event, like the EX plus or whatever, this stuff, or more like the EX plus, right? If you're mashing this like crazy, like on the respective elements, you're probably gonna be sitting a lot of those anyway, so you don't really have to worry about grabbing this, because this is like a big huge waste of time, seriously. Blue Sky Crystal, honestly, technically you can just ignore, unless you're really running low of that or something, then sure. But if you ask me, if you really want this, just go farm like, I don't know, Grand Order or some shit. But yeah, all these ones you can typically just kind of ignore either way, like all these ones. But half pots and berries, you should grab it at least. This half pot and berry should be really nice for you if you're still lacking of half pot and berries. Pretty nice. Rupees, I don't think you need it, but yeah. All this is kind of like fodder stuff. You can typically ignore them, but they are so cheap, right? Only cost like fucking like what, 300-ish each or something. Yeah, 250 each, sorry. Cost 250, yeah, 250, right? That's math is hard. So it's not really needed, but if you want to grab it, sure. So yeah, so in short, the priority is definitely obviously gold nuggets, and then goes by this, and then goes by this weapons, this weapons, and then you either finish up your nuggets thingy or you get some seals. I do suggest you at least get some seals though before you continue just farming like just non-stop nuggets or whatever, if you already grab everything else. So yeah, I know gold nuggets is probably relatively hard for you to finish all of it, but you don't really have to worry about it, because Rise of the Beast comes back very often, probably like once every like 2 months at most, I think, nowadays, from what I've noticed. 2 to 3 months at most. Yeah, it comes back relatively often, so you don't have to worry too much about it. And this time, I think it comes, because every single time the Rise of the Beast comes back, it always either gives you a new stock of a ring or an extra stock for gold bars. So for this specific March version of Rise of the Beast, they gave us a restock of the ring, so the upcoming one should be a gold bar. So they just interchange basically. So yeah, and yeah, I don't think there's really much else for me to fill in, so that's really about it. So yeah, leave a like and subscribe, I suppose. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this this little video and stuff. Yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one, or on stream, I suppose. Later. Okay.